What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the podcast.
Welcome, everyone.
Hello, I'm Josh.
I'm Jose.
I'm Nathan.
And let's get right into this week's news. And for the main deal is that apparently the last upcoming DLC character in Smash has been dropped. And Jose and I have been anxious to hear what the character is. I actually just woke up this morning. I have no idea what even showed up on my feed. But yeah, Nathan, feel free. Who's the character that dropped?
Well, who is the character indeed? Well, you guys might be surprised, even I was surprised, to hear that the character who will be joining Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is Kazuya.
Who?
Kazuya.
From
Kazuya.
Tekken.
From Tekken? What?
Yeah. Kazuya from Tekken.
All right, I'm sorry, guys. I'm uncultured. How do you spell Kazuya?
It's Kazuya.
Okay, for the audience that don't know, I'm more of a visual person. I'm horrible with names, so I'm sure once I do not know who the hell this person is. So
He does have badass hair. Like, I will give him that.
Right, so I watched the direct, right, and the reveal trailer for Kazuya. Like I said, it felt kind of underwhelming. It showed someone carrying a dead Ganondorf and throwing him off of like a cliff into lava.
badass.
And then it just shows Kazuya. Like Kazuya was the one who killed Ganondorf and threw him down into lava.
So they're saying stronger than Ganondorf then.
I'm guessing, yeah. I don't know a lot about Tekken, but honestly, it makes a lot of sense. All I know about Tekken is that it is a fighting game. Right? In the same vein of Street Fighter, right?
Huh.
So I remember,
Interesting.
if you remember back with Smash 4, when Ryu was revealed as a DLC fighter, right, from Street Fighter, it made a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Right? So it's a kind of a same deal here, where now we have Kazuya from Tekken. And again, like, nobody was really even talking about Tekken as a possibility. I think that's why Nintendo did it.
Yeah, and I think like that's what's interesting with Smash is that they always know when to drop in surprise characters.
Yeah, no kidding.
From other companies, and nobody really expects that. And,
Isn't
sorry?
sorry to interrupt, but isn't like this character? I was looking at the wrong character, by the way. This entire day. Isn't he from the Sony franchise? From Sony?
I think Tekken's from Capcom. I could be wrong.
Oh, you know what? You're right. It is from Capcom. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's like their third character from Capcom. First they have Mega Man, then they have Ryu, and now they have Kazuya.
That's crazy, man.
So there's a new presentation for Kazuya coming from Sakurai on June 28th. And hopefully we get a release date, too.
I mean, like, Kazuya looks pretty cool. Like, I need to see, like, the promo for that. That actually looks pretty badass.
Yeah. Which leaves one more slot for another DLC fighter. So...
Okay, well, now actually thinking about it, with Kazuya now in Smash, I think at this point anybody can be in Smash. Like, I don't think it's just limited to like characters like Spyro or Banjo-Kazooie or Rayman or any of those characters. I think you can reach out to anyone at this point.
But you realize, too, that now there's only one left. It has to be somebody big. It has to be a big thing to, like, really tie it all together.
Yeah,
You think
yeah, it really has to be a big one.
To really create a lasting impact for Smash Ultimate, it's got to be somebody big.
Who do you guys think should be somebody big that it should be the next character to be in after this?
Like it has to be either like Spyro or it has to be Master Chief.
I don't know. They have Metroid already, like in there.
Oh yeah, Samus has been there from the beginning.
Samus, yeah, sorry, Samus, and then so wouldn't Master Chief be like a conflict there?
No, it's Halo.
Not necessarily.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
I know
because think about it.
Oh, sorry. Yep.
No. Like I was thinking that like because if they put in characters like Kazuya right in Smash, it's pretty likely that they could put someone like Master Chief in Smash, and they're all going to be like, "Oh my god," because it's not someone that they would expect. And if he ends up does coming as the last DLC character in Smash, I called it here. And it seems very likely, like originally I wasn't thinking this, but because you have like now with Kazuya, like a character that I didn't even know would even have a possibility being in Smash is now in Smash. It's like it's pretty likely he's gonna go in there at this rate, but if not, it's either gonna be characters like Spyro or Banjo-Kazooie or Crash Bandicoot. Like those are the only characters that I think would make a big enough surprise and happiness that would tie it all together. Otherwise, it wouldn't make any sense.
Right.
Maybe Rayman, but I don't know. It's really hard to say.
I don't think Rayman's gonna be in Smash. If he does, I don't think it's gonna be a good one. I think Rayman should have been showed in a lot earlier if that's the case. But
I agree with you there.
But it's just for near the end. I don't think Rayman's gonna get in there. I could be wrong. But yeah, those are the only possibilities I could think of off the top of my head.
How disappointed would you be if the final DLC fighter was another Fire Emblem character?
Oh my god, they have like 8 or 9 now.
There's 8. There's 8.
Oh my gosh. And one.
Do you remember?
Sorry.
Do you remember back with Brawl how it was just Marth and Ike?
Now they threw in Lucina. Now they threw in Robin. They threw in forget his
Roy. Roy came back as DLC.
Roy. Who else was in it?
And then another DLC fighter was Corrin. Is another Fire Emblem character.
Corrin as well.
Then Chrom came to Ultimate, and then Byleth came as a DLC fighter for the Fighters Pass 1.
Jeez, Nintendo is really flexing on their Fire Emblem characters. I'm like, jeez, guys. What's wrong with y'all?
Calm down. Take a chill pill.
I'm like, Mario, we understand. Fire Emblem? Not needed, but okay.
It is big in the in Japan, right? And it's become bigger. It became bigger here in the West because of Smash.
Fair.
Right? So, and to be fair, like, yes, there are a lot of fighters in the Fire Emblem series, but they do have all their different attributes and stuff like that, right? Things that separate them from each other. So, and to each their own, right? Like, I'm not one to get upset at a Smash reveal. I was a tiny bit disappointed back when Byleth was revealed because it's like, it's another Fire Emblem character.
Like, come on.
But, anyways, I want to keep this going here with the Nintendo announcements. Both the Life is Strange games are coming to Nintendo Switch, being the Remaster Collection and True Colors. I don't know enough about the Life is Strange games to really comment on them.
I will say that Life is Strange is probably one of the best story mode games I've ever seen. Like,
see, I knew it was a story game. I just don't know enough about it to really to go into it.
Okay, well, I won't get into too much about it, but all I will say is that like it will pull on your heartstrings left and right.
Oh, wow.
It's impactful. I am like a little disheartened at the fact that like they replaced the voice actress in the first game with the second one. I forget her name. Let me get her back up. Switch. But this happened when like the voice actor strike happened like around a year ago.
There was a voice actor strike?
Yes.
Yeah, there was.
Yeah, there was a voice actor strike, and it really hurt a lot of games, especially Injustice 2 and Life is Strange. That's why you notice, like, with some of the DLC characters, like, coming in, and then you see, like, some of the old characters saying, like, rehashed dialogues at the beginning that make absolutely no sense.
Right.
So it completely made a huge uproar, but at the same time, we understood why. That's why with Mortal Kombat 11, when you see like the interactions with like the characters that I'm facing off at the beginning, they had like new dialogues for the DLC characters because they were already like done and ready to go because the voice actor strike was already over. But now like things were changed and things were like back to normal. But before it was like really bad. I think it was going on for like almost 8 months to a year, I think. And this was back around like 2018 going 2019, I think. But yeah, it was bad. The voice actress originally from Life is Strange was Ashley Birch, but it was switched over by hold on. She was there for a second. Wait. Which 1 and 2? Returns to role after. Oh, she came back after the strike was over. But originally when the strike was going on, like Ashley Birch like originally reprised her role as Chloe Bryce. But then all of a sudden she was replaced by Rihanna DeVries for the prequel on the for the prequel sequel, to put it that way. But then she came back once the strike was over. But yeah, Life was Strange, really good game. Love the story. It is such a complete emotional ride, and I can't wait to see where this goes.
Yeah. It says here, True Colors releases September 10th, and the remaster collection arrives later this year.
I hope they don't do what they did in Spider-Man PS4 and then completely change the voice actor's face and then have the emotions be like completely jarring. I'm like, no, please don't do it, please.
Yeah. Square Enix's Guardians of the Galaxy will come to the Switch as well.
We talked about that last week. Yeah.
Yep, that's coming to the Switch. A new Worms game. I don't know anything about Worms, to be completely honest.
Worms.
Astria Ascending, which releases September 30th. Next, 2 Point Campus, which was apparently shown off in the Summer Game Fest, is coming to Switch, and that will be releasing sometime in 2022. Some other big announcements from Nintendo included Super Monkey Ball 20th Anniversary.
What is that?
Oh, I know Super Monkey Ball. That was one of the games I played when I was a kid. Okay, so
I played it too.
Okay, so like it's basically like you have the monkeys inside a plastic ball. You have these mazes, and then you try to roll it in without trying to fall off the edge.
Yeah, you gotta get to the goal.
Yeah, like, and you have to get to the goal, and you can try to get some bananas for like, as like currency. But the more bananas you have, I think the more lives you get. I could be wrong.
Yeah. So anyway, what's coming for that is is called Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania. Yeah. And it's a collection of Super Monkey Ball games that are remastered. Completely remastered. Yeah.
I love that.
I think it has it had the first Super Monkey Ball, the second one, Banana Blitz, I think. and something else, I think. I'm not completely certain. Also, Mario Party Superstars.
I heard about that one. That's going to be exciting.
Yep. It's got 5 boards returning from the original Nintendo 64 games. So from Mario Party 1, 2, and 3. So we're going way back. And mini games that are also... I think there's some new mini games, but also it includes 100 mini games from across the series. Remastered and redone, right? So online play is also coming, so you can play with your friends, and you can also play with random players as well.
I wonder how well that's gonna work. Like, imagine you have an unstable connection, and then all of a sudden, like, all of a sudden they lose.
Yeah, I heard something though that they're improving with that. Something about being able to quit an online game and then restart, like restart when you're ready. So maybe it could be something like that where an unstable connection causes the game to quit, but you can resume it when everybody's internet is good again.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, so, that's going to be interesting.
I'm hoping that's the case. Yeah, it says here mid-game saves are supported, and the game releases October 29th. So I would say the 3 of us get the game, we're playing online. One of us, like, let's say if mid-game saves are supported, right, we just save every chance we can get, so that way if one of us drops or one of us has to go, we can be like, okay, let's continue this at a later date and time, you know? So I think that's a good way of doing it. That could be how they go about it. We know Nintendo's online isn't exactly the greatest. So
what are you talking about? It's the absolute best.
No, oh, really?
I have not noticed.
Josh, you got anything to add?
No. I just see a lot of good hopeful things. Just hoping that
any thoughts on Nintendo's online?
Well, besides the fact that, like, if I were to be playing an online mode with somebody and then all of a sudden I get kicked off every 5 seconds because my internet was shit, I'm gonna lose it.
I'm gonna lose it.
Thanks, Nintendo.
That's the next level of thanks, Obama.
Thanks, Nintendo.
Thanks, Nintendo.
We got mention of Metroid Prime 4, but it's still not quite ready yet. I gotta admit, I was a little bit disappointed that Nintendo went about it this way. Because they announced a new Metroid game being Metroid Dread. But the way that they went about it was they were like, we don't have news on Metroid Prime 4 yet, but instead, take a look at this. And they actually said, like, new Metroid game, instead of just saying, take a look at this, and then starting the trailer, and then having people be surprised, right? They should have just done it like that. They should have just said, hey, we got this coming instead, so take a look. Right? So I found that a little bit underwhelming, but I mean the actual reveal was cool. It's the first 2D Metroid game that's brand new in almost 20 years. So,
see, 20 years for a game to not come out is crazy. Man. But like I think you mentioned in like privately, Nathan, that it's like this is the last one, right? Supposedly.
And supposedly the last in the Metroid saga.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Okay.
Unsurprisingly, we got Just Dance 2022 coming.
Oh, my little sister would want to get that and all the other collections she's already has.
Something called Cruisin' Blast is coming to the Switch as well this fall.
Cruisin' Blast.
Cruisin' Blast.
A new version of Dragon Ball Z Kakarot is on the way too.
And let's go.
I think that's the... oh, sorry, yep. Mm-hmm.
It combines all of the various sagas from past games. So the Saiyan saga, the Frieza saga, the Cell saga, or the Android saga, right? And the Boo saga.
Really?
And no GT Saga?
No, not seeing anything of that.
Good. Good. That can go away.
That can go, but not canon.
Can I just say too that I really gotta thank Team 4 Star, because if it weren't for Team 4 Star, I wouldn't have really ever gotten into Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, I mean, the original itself was badass, but Team 4 Star, put all their time and effort to literally make a parody of the series in a new, unique way, and it was funny as
celebrate
fuck.
it, right?
Yeah,
it is funny, and it's a way to celebrate it.
Made fun of the series, but in a way that was like we all know and love the quotes that Team 4 Star has made possible for this.
Why he keeps kicking me in the dick? Why does he keep kicking me in the dick?
They're all captured. Wow, every single one of them kicked you in the dick. Yeah, if you guys haven't watched it, I mean, the audience, I mean, they go watch it. Like, we laughed so many times with these videos.
It's on YouTube for free, so you got no excuse.
Exactly.
All right. What else we got?
We got a little bit more news on Mario Golf Super Rush, which releases later this month.
Okay.
Also, Monster Hunter Stories 2, which is another Capcom release. I've only played a tiny bit of Monster Hunter before. Again, I don't know enough about the series to really comment that much on it. But I guess it's a different thing than the usual Monster Hunter series.
Yeah, I played a little bit when I was 13, but the graphics look unique. I played Monster Hunter 3.
See, it's like Pokemon, but if you live in Godzilla world, you know what I mean?
Ew.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's basically what it is. It's but I've heard a lot of cool things about it, and people hunting different monsters. It's really neat. It's really, really neat. I haven't had a chance to play it, and I want to, but it's maybe one of these days for sure.
Yeah.
One of these days.
In other news, Wario is back.
Yeah.
A new WarioWare game is coming. WarioWare Get It Together launches on September 10th. And if you guys know anything about WarioWare, is that it's basically a collection of mini games, really time sensitive mini games. You got to do things as fast as you can, basically.
Oh,
as far as I understand it. Yeah, it's like that. But yeah, Wario hasn't had a game like that in a long time, so
this is how long it's been. The last game, the Get It Together game of Warrior that I had was way back when Blockbuster was still open. I rented a game from Blockbuster from them for the Wii to play that game. So just imagine how long ago that was, you know?
You think about the Wii era. The Wii era was 2006 to 2012, really, right? So
Long time.
Wow. Huge series is getting a new game. Shin Megami Tensei 5 is coming on November 12th.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Danganronpa Decadence.
What?
Wait, what is that?
Yeah, I don't. It's a point and click mystery solving series.
Okay.
That's coming to Switch. Fatal Frame, Maiden of Black Water. Is another series.
Okay.
We've got some new DLC reveals as well. Doom Eternal's first campaign DLC is out now.
Mm-hmm.
Doom
we're getting
Eternals.
Doom Eternal.
Right. Yeah.
Like the Doom series.
Yes. Yes.
Uh,
You're right.
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 releasing on June 25th.
Okay.
See, I'm excited for that too because I used to play it on my GameCube way back when. That was
The GameCube.
the GameCube.
Oh, the GameCube. Those were the days. I remember like when I was playing at when I was at McDonald's, back when McDonald's was actually not as depressed as it is now. but
I know what you're talking about. The little kiosk that they had where it was a GameCube and you had the controllers around
Yeah.
yes, and then I remember playing.
That brings back memories.
I remember playing Mario 64 and Sonic Heroes on the N64. Like, it was such iconic memories. I loved every bit of it.
it. You mean the game? They give me the GameCube. Like Sonic Heroes was never on the 64.
Which one that like which Sonic game was on the N64 though?
None of them.
What?
Oh, none of them?
Sonic
No.
games on N64.
None.
Really? Are you sure? Because like I distinctly
sure.
remember playing a N60. Oh,
That's surprising.
oh, then maybe I was like thinking of a different console when I played a Sonic game. But
You might be thinking of the GameCube, because when the GameCube was around too, Sega had the Dreamcast. And the Dreamcast,
my bad. Okay, hold on,
Yeah.
my bad. Okay,
and the Dreamcast failed, and Sega became a game-only company.
got you. Okay, no,
Yeah.
no, like, hold on. Yeah, I gotta take that back. I remember playing Mario 64 on the N64 when I was see, like, what's interesting is that like at the McDonald's, like it used to have an N64 where it had Super Mario 64, but then they switched it to have Sonic Heroes with the GameCube. That I recall.
Mm-hmm.
I recall that too. I remember playing Shrek 2 as well. That was another.
Yeah, I remember that too. Jeez. You just brought back a
Oh
memory,
yeah,
my
Shrek
guy.
Shrek 2. Right.
I remember that. You had to say
man.
Fiona, right?
Or spell out
you
Fiona.
I remember being stuck at the beginning. You played with Shrek, Fiona, or it was another level. I don't remember if it's the exact like beginning of the game, but I just remember you played as Shrek, Fiona, Donkey, and Gingy.
You know what? You brought back a freaking hidden memory in my brain, bro, that I've just
Yeah?
I totally forgot about. You know, I got so mad at that game, not
I
because
could
of
never
the game.
get through it.
Me
I could never
neither.
get through it.
But don't you guys remember they always put you in a timer as well? So they'll always restart the game. You can never
Yep.
save it. Like, it was so like stupid. So I would like try to speed run the game. It's like I gotta go as far as I gotta beat it, and then I just I could never beat it. Like my little brain was trying to beat it as fast as I can. It's like, what the hell? Oh my god.
Oh man.
I just felt sorry, Nathan and Josh. Like, I felt the little bit of anger inside me that was like hidden in
it's
store.
okay.
No. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about
Oh man, that
And,
brings me back.
Then the last leg of the presentation, we got to look at the original Advance Wars and a complete. So a remake is happening.
it. Uh-huh.
Advance Wars Reboot Camp launches on December 3rd.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know much about Advance Wars. I've never played any of the games. And the very last things to be announced in the presentation, we got to look at the Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity DLC pack.
Ooh.
That released on June 18th. It's the
Right.
first wave of DLC, with the second one coming in November 2021.
Right. Didn't you also say that Breath of the Wild 2 is supposed to be coming out?
I'm getting to that.
I got it.
Lastly, we got info on upcoming remaster, Skyward Sword HD, which is coming
Interesting.
on July 16th. And there was something a little bit disappointing. I'm going to get to that in a second. They announced a Zelda Game & Watch. That is, if you guys remember from Mario's 35th anniversary, they had like a Mario Game & Watch where it was this little device and you could play a couple Mario games, and it was like a watch too, right?
I'm sorry.
But they're doing the same.
Yeah, I'll let you explain.
They're doing the same. Sorry. So basically, the Game & Watch was one of Nintendo's like old handhelds before the NES. I'm pretty sure the Game & Watch came before the NES. So we're going way back.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did.
So it's basically a little mini console that plays the original Legend of Zelda, Zelda 2, and the original version of Link's Awakening. I have to say original version because the Switch has the remake of Link's Awakening. And there's also a watch functionality that's playable in each of those Zelda styles. So like you play the game and there's a watch like in the background basically. That releases November 12th.
Interesting.
The one thing that was disappointing, and they kind of brushed past it, but they said that they don't have any other plans for the 35th anniversary.
For Mario?
For Zelda.
Why?
Sorry, I don't know. Because this year is the 35th anniversary of Zelda. Yeah. And they don't have anything else planned.
Yeah, they did a 35th anniversary for Mario and a 25th anniversary.
They had a whole direct for Mario for his 35th anniversary, and all Zelda gets is a footnote at the end of a 40-minute presentation.
That's a bit rude. I'm like, Mario and Zelda both came around nearly at the same time, and you're giving Mario
a few years between them.
A few years between them. Yeah, you're giving Mario all the praise, but you're giving Zelda nothing.
Well, basically nothing. The last thing we got was a trailer for Breath of the Wild 2.
I mean, the least they can do is at least like do something like Mario's 25th anniversary, where like they brought back literally the exact same 3 games from like Super Mario 1, 2, and 3, right? Oh, or was it 1, 2, and World? I don't recall. Because I know it's 2 out of the 3 games that were in.
I think I know what you're talking about. It was a port of the Super Mario All-Stars game.
That's what I was saying. Yeah, like I was surprised they didn't do that. Like they did one for Mario, they did one for Kirby, but they didn't do one for Zelda, which I'm genuinely surprised. I think a lot of people would be really into that. To have an All-Stars game for Zelda. Yeah.
Here's the thing too for Zelda. They have. You guys remember the Wii U, right?
Yeah.
They released on the Wii U HD remakes of The Wind Waker and Twilight Princess.
Ooh.
They've also been porting other games from the Wii U onto the Switch. Why have they not brought Wind Waker HD and Twilight Princess HD to the Switch?
I don't know.
They're right there. They're right there, Nintendo. What are you doing?
What do you think?
We know just as well as you do. You would love to re-release those games at full price, and you know what? People will buy them. I'll buy them.
Think, Nintendo. Think.
Oh my god.
Full remastered games just sitting there waiting on a console that is dead at this point. Like it's severely dead and buried, and the Switch is successful. Bring those games over.
Yeah.
They're waiting.
Yeah, the Wii and the Wii U games, they have been dead in the water ever since their release. The Wii was only alive just for Galaxy. That's it. Because otherwise, the Wii would have been a complete fail, just as bad as the Wii U.
Oh yeah, I gotta tell you guys about the Skyward Sword HD controversy.
Yeah, what's going on?
If you guys remember what the amiibos are, what the amiibos are, if you remember that.
Oh yeah, I remember those guys.
Jose, if you don't know the amiibos, they're basically little figures that you could tap on your like they still work with the Switch. You tap them on this like sensor on the Joy-Con. I think on the left Joy-Con.
Yeah.
And it'll make something happen in the game. So like in Smash, it'll create a fighter for you, and you can train that fighter. It's basically like Pokemon.
Right.
But other games have other things happen too. Well, Skyward Sword HD has a controversy where there's a Zelda and Loftwing amiibo. And what that amiibo does is that you have to pay for it, right? You have to buy it. And when you tap that on your controller while you're playing, it will actually allow Link to return to the sky at any moment. And this is important because the original version of Skyward Sword, in order to return to the sky, you had to find a bird statue. Basically, when you return to the sky, you could head back to your hub world. You could go back to a previous world. That's basically how it was. You had no other way of returning to the sky once you were on the surface. So basically, Nintendo is locking a really handy gameplay feature behind a paywall.
I mean, it's good marketing ploy. Like,
Damn you, Nintendo!
But here's the bad thing too.
Yeah.
Is that amiibo is going to have the same problem that amiibos have always had, and that's in supply and demand. And what will that lead to? Scalper's paradise.
That's true.
So that $20 paywall will be increased to an exponentially greater paywall when other like scalpers get a hold of those amiibos and basically make it impossible to get without paying an outrageous price just to get that gameplay feature.
Copy.
So I would almost rather that option be like a DLC option, like a DLC thing, because at least like yeah, you still have to pay for it, but at least it's something you could just download from Nintendo at any time rather than have to find a figure to get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But with Breath of the Wild 2, though, we still have to call it Breath of the Wild 2 because apparently Nintendo does have a title, but has not revealed it yet because they don't. They feel that people would be able to guess really easy at what happens in it.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know. But yeah, I know Jose, you're looking forward to the Breath of the Wild sequel.
Well, yeah, I've definitely been. I mean, I have never played the first one, but I've seen gameplay for it. It looks a lot of fun. In the future, when I have enough money, I definitely want to buy a Nintendo. If I can
definitely get Breath of the Wild if you get a Switch.
Yeah, I definitely. That's what I'm looking at, and I definitely want to get one because it definitely. If I go to buy Nintendo, I mean Zelda would be Breath of the Wild would be the one that I would want to go for. You know, I grew up with a lot of people look at the first game for Nintendo 64. But I played a lot of Zelda of like Majora's Mask. I really loved that game. So it was and I did like Zelda a lot, but I guess I guess I didn't continue it because I wanted an Xbox a lot more, but I still want Nintendo and other things, you know? So I don't know. Well, if I get a Nintendo Switch, or depending on what other console they come out, in the next couple years, then yeah, I want to get a Zelda game for sure.
Is that all of them, my friend?
All of Nintendo's announcements?
On the list, it says Breath of the Wild 2, for sure. It's crazy that all these games are coming out. There's a lot more. Nathan looked into the Nintendo one. As for us, I kind of looked into the other games. but not really knowledgeable too much on what I see. Like, let me see if I can pull up one right now. Like, there's one that's like, yeah, Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. That's a game coming out.
Yeah.
Did we talk about that already?
We touched on that last week, but I also know that with Guardians of the Galaxy is that like it's made from the same creators that made where E-Link, I think that was, or sorry, what was it?
Sorry, I don't know. To be honest with you, I would say something, but
E Squared, that's what it is.
yeah,
Yeah, it's E Squared. They made the Marvel's Avengers game. That game's already out. They already made DLCs for it. They just dropped the Chadwick Boseman one. Sorry, not Chadwick Boseman. T'Challa one. And then
right.
I think they're gonna do one with Spider-Man one too. Like eventually.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah. But yeah, those were the same creators that made Guardians of the Galaxy. Those are the same people behind the Marvel's Avengers game that made Guardians of the Galaxy.
Here's the thing with some people are saying with Breath of the Wild 2 is that the first Breath of the Wild, right? I think that got its first teaser trailer in 2013, and it was given the release date of 2015. Here's the problem, though. They ended up delaying it out of 2015 into 2016. And I remember back in 2016, I was so disappointed at the time, but I totally understand why. They had former Nintendo president Satoru Iwata, rest in peace. They had him come on, and all he really said was, "Please understand," because they had to delay the game again into 2017, and the whole reason that they delayed it a second time, which we found out later, was because of the Switch. They delayed Breath of the Wild again, which it wasn't even called Breath of the Wild. Like, at that point, like, we didn't know it was called Breath of the Wild at that point. We just knew it was called Zelda Wii U, basically, because it was intended for release on the Wii U, right? But the whole reason they delayed it again was because they wanted to bring it to the Switch as well. So basically what people are saying about Breath of the Wild 2 is that, yeah, Nintendo could be aiming for a 2022 release date, but it might not happen.
I see.
But
That's wow.
since they're making Breath of the Wild 2 specifically for the Switch, and they're not making it for another system, that might help smooth the development process. Obviously, with the current situation with COVID, I don't know how that's affected their ability to work on the game, but it's impossible to say like how much of an effect COVID has had on Nintendo's.
See, that's the thing. Like a lot of entertainment companies, as I notice, they're waiting. They keep waiting because they want those markets to open up. They want you to go buy the games. They want you to go buy them online. They want
you know what's funny, guys? You remember the day that everything like COVID shut everything down, right? For us, it was March 20th. Guess what day Animal Crossing New Horizons released?
March 20th.
On the same day? March 20th?
Yep.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
It released the very day that everything went horrible.
Went to crap. Well, you know
Crap.
what? That was really genius because who talked about it for months on end? Everybody. You know? Everybody talked about it months on end about the game. It's still going on, I guess, right? As we speak, or did it die down? What do you think?
It's still going strong, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I'm just trying to look for the other games. I just mentioned one other one. That's it. It was, what was it? It was I can't remember it anymore. But one of the other games that has been released was Evil Dead, the game, and that's it. It was just a zombie game. Got released, so it seems okay. Seems pretty good.
Yeah.
So what if I just ask you guys on your end? Did you
Sure.
Did you guys see me drop from the call, or like what happened in your perspectives?
I didn't know
I did.
until Josh said.
Yeah, like I caught it the second you dropped from the Zoom, because I was checking my Zoom for a second and then you dropped. So then I was just like, oop. Zoom took Nathan to the underworld and his Wi-Fi crashed, so I gotta pull him out of here. So I was just literally trying to be the medic, and Apex Legends trying to resuscitate him and try to get like, Nathan, don't die on the call, please. We're trying to finish this up. We have like literally 15 minutes left. Come on. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So I caught it, and then Jose and I just kind of like took over for like a good couple minutes. Like we only just talked about Guardians and the fact that like it was made
that's
from this...
what I was.
Sorry, go.
Yeah. No, I was just gonna say, yeah, that's what I forgot. Sorry, yeah, continue.
Yeah, like and the fact that Guardians was made from the same creators that made Marvel's Avengers from E Squared. Yeah, like that was really the only thing we really discussed for that part. But like the graphics were pretty much incredibly similar. But yeah, like
I don't know.
Sorry, go.
I don't know how I feel about that with Guardians of the Galaxy being made by the same team that made Marvel's Avengers, because of the whole the really bad situation going on with that game.
What's going on with that game?
Oh, well, what's the bad situation?
Have you guys not seen or heard?
Okay, so before you get into it, I do apologize. My headphone is about to die, so technical difficulties again. But just continue talking, and then and I'll find a way to hear you guys. But I'll continue talking as well. So just letting you know.
The only thing that the only thing I know about it so far, like unless I missed the news from it, like in the last couple of days, is that they're dropping a DLC for T'Challa for the world of Wakanda in this, in like a side storyline plot. But other than that, I got nothing else.
I guess there's a lot of like bugs and glitches.
Yeah, and also the play-by-play is apparently not the greatest, and that's why the ratings are kind of low. So that kind of explains it too. But I don't really know what the major situation is besides those things, other than the fact that it's not like getting as much hype as people hope it would be.
Yeah. I've just heard like a lot of bugs, and the company keeps fixing the wrong problems and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's like, oh, we hear your problems, but we're gonna like change something else that you don't really need to change, just for the sake of us being dicks. Sorry, that's how it works at E Squared.
Oh my god. Definitely.
Right. But like I am still hopeful. I did like people are speculating that that the Guardians of the Galaxy game is only going to be a solo player game where you play as Star-Lord, and I'm like, what? Can't you like just do it the way Fantastic Four did it back in 2006? I think.
Wait, you only play as Star-Lord?
That's what people are speculating. And I'm like, why would you do that?
What's the point in having the whole Guardians of the Galaxy if you can only play as one of them?
That is a good point.
For the story, I guess. Maybe the story is only focused on...
I can understand starting the game as Star-Lord, but like, because if it's like the movie, right, where you start out as Star-Lord and like he eventually like meets all of them, then that would make sense. But
yeah, I don't quite get that, but
if it's seriously only Star-Lord, that's really disappointing.
Yeah, well, that's what people are speculating. I hope that's not the case. I hope it's more so like the Injustice storylines where you start off like, you know, in chapters. Oh, same with Mortal Kombat on the latest games. You start off in chapters where like first you play off as Star-Lord, then later you can play as Gamora, then another one you can play as Rocket and Groot. Like, you know, like those kind of things. I hope it's that and it's not like you only play as Star-Lord, because that's just really disappointing if that's the case.
I think that covers up everything. This is a nice touch up of all the new releases and upcoming games. And this is, I think, the first ever episode where like we didn't really talk anything about movie or TV related.
Yeah, no, it was all about games today, and which is still a good thing. And to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm pretty excited by that, but yeah,
that is all for today. I am Josh.
I'm Jose.
I'm Nathan.
And we will see you all in the next video. Bye!
See ya!
See ya.